We are not going to panic.
Look at this guy, he's a giant robot.
Shut the fuck up when grown men's is crying.
Great idea! Great idea!
What am I, fucking magician, man?
Am I some kind of fucking magician, man?
An icosahedron.
Icosahedron every day.
Sometimes twice a day.
Captain James T. Kirk once said, "May the force be with you."
What the heck even happened to you, man? Time to big brain.
What is the airwolf of trains?
Greetings, true believers. Welcome to episode 160 of the Blockbrothers show, the podcast where we review a random episode of a different classic TV series on each and every edition of the podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Christopher Siege.
And I'm your other muted host, Neo Cal.
Still trying to figure out that opening blurb for the show, workshopping it in real time, because listeners, you may find this hard to believe, but we actually don't rehearse anything.
I know, impossible.
In fact, we barely even plan anything.
Haters will say it's AI, but here we are,
born to be kings.
And today these kings are continuing on our Marvel cast.
Action block.
Yeah,
We cover,
the Marvel action block.
The Marvel action block, where we cover 1990s animated TV shows based on Marvel Comics properties, three of which that were part of what was known as the Marvel Action Hour at the time. Did Iron Man last week. I think that turned into a pretty good episode. And this week, we're following it up with 1994's Fantastic Four. Not to be confused with the 1994 Roger Corman directed, never released Fantastic Four film.
Which I just found out existed when I was Googling 1994 Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And then moments later, I'm like, what is this? And then moments later,
the
Siege came online and told me about the movie. And I was like, oh, this looks horrendous.
Yeah, Roger Corman back in 1994, because I think it was Canon Films was about to lose the license to the Fantastic Four unless they put something into production. So Roger Corman basically vomited out that abomination. I've never seen it, but I've heard it's quite bad, and it looks quite bad.
What are you talking about? Oh man, what a fever dream. Audio listeners, I have a shot of the cast in full makeup and outfits,
with some of the worst lighting I have ever seen in a photograph.
Right? It certainly isn't helping.
This is actually some of the worst fucking lighting I've ever seen in a picture. Is Cal's background right now.
I somehow found the worst fucking shot from that entire production, and it's my background. So no, we are not talking about that. I'm sure it is as horrendous as it looks. We're talking about the cartoon.
To our Patreon subscribers, do you want us to watch the 1994 Roger Corman Fantastic Four film and record a commentary track for it? Let us know. Patreon.com/lasercomb.
Yeah, and how high up on the list do you want? Like, do you want it to be the next thing we watch, or like the add it to the pile?
Add it to the pile
Kind
of
of.
things. Still haven't
Yeah.
done the Dark Knight yet.
Right.
Should do that.
Maybe we'll
sometime.
add this to the pile.
We'll
Although
add this to the
sometimes
pile.
we spontaneously will do a commentary track for something.
Like Demolition
Uh,
Man.
like Demolition Man specifically was it, and that was your first time? I was like, fuck it, let's just do this.
It was my first time seeing it since I was a teenager. I'd watched it on
Right,
TV when I
right.
was a teenager, but it was my first
So
time
come,
seeing it in probably over 25 years.
holy shit. So if you want to know about the three seashells, come check us out on Patreon. We'll tell you all about it.
That's right. So yeah, 1994 Fantastic Four cartoon, part of the Marvel Action Hour. I used to watch this show when I was younger, and in fact, the episode that we're reviewing today, Doomsday, which is episode 26, the final episode of the series, which originally aired on
That's right. We randomly roll every episode.
February
to see what one we land on.
24th, 1996. I used to have this episode
Ooh.
on VHS when I was a kid. So I watched the shit out of this episode. I didn't remember,
As kids do, yeah.
I didn't remember that until I started watching it the other night on Disney Plus. I'm like, oh, it's this episode. I used to have this episode back in the 90s. Now I don't know if this was just a Canadian thing, but back in the 90s they used to release, and I say that because there are now defunct Canadian production company and distributor Alliance Atlantis Pictures used to release like some kids shows on VHS back in the 90s, and those were Canadian exclusives. I found that out a while back on Reddit when people were talking about the old VHS releases of Beast Wars. Apparently those were strictly Canadian.
Oh.
So anyway, back in the 90s, they used to release episodes of the 90s Spider-Man cartoon on VHS, and it would usually be 3 episodes, like The Venom Saga, or like a 3-parter about like Hydro Man or something.
Mm-hmm.
But, and it would always say on the cover, and they would come in those big, white, puffy, like Disney-style cases.
Man, I hated those.
I didn't like them either.
I hated those.
But they would always say on the cover, it's like special bonus 2 episodes of whatever, and it would be some other Marvel show. Sometimes it was Iron Man, sometimes it was Fantastic Four, sometimes it was Incredible Hulk.
It's clever marketing.
And
Give
one
them
of
a little
the
freebie, just a taste.
yeah, one of the tapes that I had 2 episodes of the Fantastic Four on it, and one of them was this episode, Doomsday. So I watched the shit out of this episode when I was like 11.
So you've got some nostalgia specifically for this
episode.
episode.
Yeah, the memories started like unlocking and just like flooding in as I was watching it.
I want to know who taught Dr. Doom how to surf. He was a natural.
He was. Little known fact from the comics is Dr. Doom was actually represented Latveria in the 1966 Summer Olympics in Olympic surfing. I just made that up.
Well, I didn't know if that was comically, as in comic, canon, or you just made it up. But I knew that it could not be true in our universe because Dr. Doom is not a real person yet.
Checkmate, libtards.
Checkmate, libtards. Comics are real. So we randomly roll.
Yeah.
For every episode. We only ever do a show once. And we had landed on the last episode of the last season.
Yep. Doomsday.
So the gist got me right off the bat. We have the Silver Surfer hanging out with a fucking lion in like Africa. I think there's like hippopotamus and like a giraffe in the background. and he delivers a monologue that
philosophical
fucking
monologue.
slaps. I was like, this is my favorite character. I didn't know he was so cool.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know the
that's
Silver Surfer is so fucking cool.
That's the
He got
Silver
me with that
Surfer's
like first 60
thing,
seconds,
because-
man.
No, that's the Surfer's thing, because of like who he is, he's basically doomed. He's basically like fated to be alone. And so, as such, he's very intelligent. He Norin Rad, which is what his name used to be before he was made the Silver Surfer by Galactus. He was a scientist on his planet. He's a very intelligent person, and he's kind of doomed to be alone in the galaxy. And he's very, very introspective. He's a very, very introspective character.
He's hanging out with the lions and he's like, look at you, Mr. Lion, who would be called a beast by the humans on this planet. But without food scarcity, you are not, and to have everything that you need in this utopia, you are not a beast at all. You are not violent or cruel. Like you are made
burdened
out
by
to be.
war.
You are not burdened by war or greed. Violence is a necessity for you rather than a choice.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, holy shit, dude! Can we just get this guy to take over the planet and lead us?
Well, you're in luck.
And funny that I thought that.
We're going to be.
I thought that.
We're going to be covering the Silver Surfer cartoon in a couple of weeks here. So if you like the this little snippet of the Silver Surfer we get in this episode, I think you're gonna love that Silver Surfer cartoon.
I'm looking. I didn't know anything about Silver Surfer, so the opening to this episode immediately got me on board. I didn't realize he was so fucking philosophically chill.
Oh yeah. I read a little bit of Silver Surfer comics when I was a kid and a teenager.
I know more about the Australian Surfer from Reboot than Silver Surfer.
Who that character is kind of a riff on the Silver Surfer.
Very much, yeah.
Yeah.
To an extent,
not personality wise, but.
Not personality wise, but in the immortal powers come from the board kind of vibe.
Surfing across the galaxy, across the cosmos.
Yeah.
They call him the Web Surfer in that show.
The Web Surfer. A knee slapper, if you will. So Silver Surfer in this episode flies off and he's making observations of mankind flying over cities and farms and whatever. And he's dropping a whole bunch of more philosophy like going on there. And it was like, they toil to keep what is not theirs. They feel violence towards others that have more or than them, but yet they feel hatred in their hearts for those that have less. Like shit like that, as he's like flying across the planet, and he comes across okay, so it was a different time, folks. Now, if you've watched The Hunchback of Notre Dame, or you were a child during the 90s and 80s, a certain Romani stereotype may and certain slur I didn't which was very commonly used
it's still commonly
back
used
then, and still commonly used.
You're I don't live there anymore, but for a couple of years there, I was living in Nanaimo. Me pointing out to people that using the term gypsy is widely regarded as being offensive nowadays.
Out of
absolutely, completely like alien to everyone I told that to. Had no fucking idea and didn't believe me.
Might as well have been a different country. And probably didn't believe you. Yeah. My mom uses it a lot. And she's like, oh, I'm allowed to because I am. That means that you are too. And I'm like, I don't think it works.
Yeah.
You know how she's like in between Boomer and Gen X. But the I'm allowed to because I am is really funny, and I'm like, you want to do a 23andMe? Want to see? But
Didn't they shut down?
oh shit, they did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they caught they caught the Zodiac killer, or no, or was it the same killer that they thought the Orange Coast killer? I can't remember. They used it to their advantage, and then it shut down somehow, and no more. There's other companies that probably do that now, that it's become, the technology has become cheaper. Where the fuck was I? Oh, so when I say that there's a Romani stereotype woman,
Yeah.
if you're thinking purple dress, copious amounts of cleavage, probably a pearl necklace, probably some sort of like bandana, maybe red lipstick, red nail polish, curly hair, off like tanned white, like
Stop. I can only get so erect.
I can only get so erect. You're describing. She talks like she is reading a crystal ball. Then that's what is here.
You're basically to be a little vulgar about it. It sounds like you're just describing a hot piece of ass.
Sounds like I'm being but credit, she's wearing a heeled shoe, not barefoot. So minus points for the boner.
Can't get pregnant
But
then.
yeah, that's right. I don't make the rules. So robots are dragging her, and she's screaming for help.
Doombots. These are Doombots.
Bots. And Silver Surfer is like,
in this cartoon, they kind of look like Sentinels, though.
That's exactly what I thought.
They look more like Sentinels.
Are these small Sentinels? Are these small Sentinels stealing this Romani woman? Did she house a gargoyle somewhere? And they're taking her away for questioning. No, you see, she's like, I was just chopping firewood for my grandfather. He is very sick. And they're like, no, she was chopping from like the royal forest. And I'm like, Romani woman chopping from the King's Grove?
Yeah.
Is this like 14, like 75?
Is this some Robin Hood shit?
Yeah. Is this like Robin Hood stuff? What?
He was caught poaching in the king's forest. He
Caught
dared
poaching
to kill
on
a king
kings.
He dared
He
to
dared
kill
to kill a king's deer. Dare. He dared to kill a dare. So he kicks their butt, causes an avalanche, and saves her. Instead of being like, well, I'm off now since I'm an immortal being who doesn't need to eat or sleep or drink or anything, she's like, you simply must come in for a cup of tea.
And meet grandfather.
And for some inexplicable reason, he's like, okay. My partner had watched this part of with me, and they're like, is she going to become like the romantic interest of the episode? And then very quickly we found, no, she's the untrustworthy Romani woman of the... Because if there's any greater stereotype, it's that they're untrustworthy thieves that will double cross you.
This is a mind-bogglingly stupid plan on multiple levels. It's
Thank you. I was hoping that you would say it first. Go on. So he goes into this shack.
This is all a big ruse. He goes into this shack, and granddad is actually Victor Von Doom himself. So Dr. Doom's plan.
He's even like pretending to be like the Little Red Riding Hood, like he's sitting in like a rocking chair wearing like a shawl. I'm like, wow,
really committed to the bit,
right? Sorry, go on. The very genius plan. Yeah.
So this was all a ruse to lure the Silver Surfer here, so Doom can steal his power cosmic somehow.
He goes, "What? It's you, Doom." And it was a trap. And she comes up behind him, the Silver Surfer, the Romani lady, and she's like, "You fool!" And she uses what I can only perceive as like the shock paddles that that people have for like reviving people.
Defibrillator.
Defibrillator. There we go.
Defibrillator. I can't get big words out today for some reason. I don't know why.
Defibrillator or defibrillator?
Defibrillator.
There we go. Yeah. I swear that's what she has here. Because I swear she does this and she goes up beside his head and she goes, clear. And he goes, oh! And he falls over. What happens to doesn't the inside of the hut transform?
No, I don't think so.
I can't remember. And he's like,
I watched this.
Now I have your cosmic power. And he takes his surfboard and surfs on out of the hut after being like, oh, my loyal servant.
So Doom's genius plan to get all of this, getting the Doom bots to pretend to be arresting this Romani woman for illegally chopping wood in the King's Forest.
Yeah. Sure would, if you will.
That was some kind of ruse to somehow randomly attract the Silver Surfer, so then she could lead the Surfer back to this shack and so Doom could steal his powers.
So she could get up behind him and stun him so that Doom could take his surfboard.
This goes way beyond suspension of disbelief or leaps in logic.
This is one of the worst we've ever seen. It's funny and it's fine, but
how did they know the Surfer was... The guy can fly all over the entire world on his surfboard, and he does. We even see in this episode a montage of him flying around the world. How did they know where the Surfer
was? He was just in Africa.
How did they? And now he's in Eastern Europe. How did Doom know where the Surfer would just happen to be there?
They've been waiting out in that canyon for a week, and they're he's coming, help!
And not only,
yeah, you're right. The world is a big fuck.
How did they know that the Surfer was going to be there at that exact moment, and that the Surfer would even intervene?
This is what I have. He has 1,000 sexy Romani women, and in this show, they're not afraid of showing this lady with big old cannons. I mean, if they weren't afraid of cleavage back then. They have 1,000 Romani women with big boobs. And 2,000 of the Doom bots waiting, camping out in the canyon. And the moment he flies over, that's when they do the plan.
Hey, now, you can't tell me that if you were the ruler and overlord of a small Eastern European country, you can't tell me you wouldn't be surrounding yourself with some hot babes.
I'm just saying, maybe I would have flown over that particular cannon too.
Why
I
else?
Picture somebody being mugged and he's like, humanity, disgusting. And then he's like to this remote canyon and he's like, busty Romani woman being assaulted by robots. And he's like, I'm on the job. Unhand her, scum. So she's like, I've done it, my lord. We've taken his power to you. And then he caresses her face with his metal glove, and he's all and you get the best reward of all.
I thought he was gonna kill her.
I thought he was going to kill or kiss her.
Will now receive the benefits of my benevolence, or something like that.
That's what I thought was coming.
So I thought he was just going to kill her. Dr. Doom in this episode is voiced by the great Simon Templeman, who's been in a lot of things, but most notably, he is the voice of Kane in the Legacy of Kane video games. I love Simon Templeman. I was stoked that we landed on this episode. Even before I started watching it, was like, oh shit, this is one of the episodes I used to watch all the time when I was a kid. I was stoked because Simon Templeman's in it.
What if Doom turned around and he was like, haha, you revealed my plan, but his back just wasn't to the lady? And what if she was like, clear, and he was just like, oh no, and just backed off? Like, also, their whole plan was to just get behind him. Like, that was always an option. I feel like there would have been lots of different ways to get him.
Even if the Silver Surfer, just like this whole plan was predicated on him just happening to be in that exact spot.
I never even thought about that until you mentioned it.
What if the Silver Surfer, when she was like, "Oh, come, you must meet Granddad," what if he was just like, "No, I am fated to wander the world alone amongst what you call beasts. I must go." And he flies away, and it's like,
I am pleased that you did come to no harm, and he just flew away.
And it's like,
which realistically, upon what I've known about him, would probably have been the answer. Like, oh, come and have tea with my grandfather.
That's not something the Surfer would do.
No, unless like the dude fucks.
So it's like,
you have my permission to fuck my granddaughter.
So it's
Mr.
like,
Surfer.
Not only is this plan predicated on the Surfer happening to be there, actually bothering to intervene, but then also taking her up on the offer to come meet Granddad.
There's a lot of, and each one of those is much less likely than the last.
Yeah. So it's like, what was Doom's backup plan here?
And the fact that now, if this was like episode 4 and this was just another guy, not Doom, but the fact this is like the guy going to take over the planet, and this is the last episode.
One of the most brilliant minds in all of the Marvel universe, Dr. Victor Von Doom.
Genuinely, and who one could argue has benevolent plans for Earth.
Mm-hmm.
But with a narcissistic mind, right? Like he one of the things when he gets the board and he starts glowing with cosmic power, he's like, now time to end world hunger and all war. And I turned to like my partner who was watching with me. I'm like, actually, this might be the only way this happens on Earth. Yeah, like I'm kind of with him, and he's like, all under my rule. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, yeah, I guess. You know what? I'll still take it. Take it.
Well, much like most of the great villains in the Marvel universe, Doom, one of the reasons why Doom has such longevity and popularity, in my opinion, is because he kind of has a point. Much like Magneto, much like Thanos, kind of has a point. Even though their way of going about it isn't necessarily kosher.
Ultron,
yeah.
Ultron, the much less so Thanos. I don't think the universe's problems will be solved by halving the population of all sentient species.
No, what I meant was he kind of has a point in like what they're trying to achieve.
Their end goal, yeah.
Yeah, like Thanos, what he did, he believed he was doing for the benefit of the universe.
Mm-hmm. I feel like if he stopped and thought about it for like 10 minutes, he'd realize it's fucking stupid.
Well, it is stupid. It's like, well, if you can just snap your finger and blank out like half of all living creatures in the universe. One, resources scale. Like, living things eat other living things. So if you just half all of living things, also, you're going to have the exact same amount of resources. But also, if you can just snap your fingers and do that, you can just be like, I want to quintuple all of the resources in all of the galaxy so everyone can live prosperously. Why not just do that?
Also, in 100 years, he'd have to do it again. Because the populations would rise. The problem was overpopulation.
Yeah.
So he's just dumb. Yeah. So I'm on board the Doom train much more than Thanos train. Like he wants to guide human.
All aboard! The Doom train.
So he immediately begins surfing around being a cool dude.
Yeah.
Threatening like mankind. He seems to just go above cities and shake his fist, which I'm like, you're gonna go in front of like TVs, or you're gonna broadcast your like mind to like every like human? No, he's just flying around and being like, you'll see, doing sick moves, and we cut to the Thing. They call him Mr. Thing. Rocky.
The ever-loving blue-eyed thing.
And he's reading a scary zombie comic.
And Reed and Sue are about to go on vacation. And so they leave. And then Doom, after he gives his ultimatum to the world, he's like, I give you all 1 week to transfer all of your government powers to me, Doom. He's like, now that that's out of the way. One, I feel like a week is too long, because that's giving people time to come up with a plan to figure out a way around it.
Right.
It's like, no, you give them a day at most.
Also, does he have the administrative capability and staff to
He is the ruler of a country. Small country, but he is the ruler of a country. He has some idea of like how to run a nation.
Yeah.
And now he's a genius. He's like one of the smartest people in the world in the Marvel universe.
Oh, and he's got the cosmic,
and he has the power.
Right.
Now.
Okay. So yeah. So if he wanted, he could find a way to instill loyalists or to rule from a central administration somehow. Yeah. Let's just say that he has ways of doing it. Yeah. But like
he's got
a week,
the tools and he's got the talent, basically.
And indeed, we see like American military being. I love that stereotype. Even Americans seem to think they're like lieutenants and they're like generals are like stupid and war happy, like trigger happy, like being like, we should nuke them. That's literally like something like a general says in this episode. And I think, who is he talking to? Mr. Fantastic.
He was talking to Reed on a Zoom call, basically,
and he was like, "We both know that wouldn't affect him." I love this.
That's just gonna kill. That's just gonna kill millions of people if you start like firing nukes everywhere. Come on,
and create like a radioactive like after effect that would like poison like millions more. Yeah, he's like, no, put away the nukes. And when they're all like together, I think there's a period. So there's a lot of, and then they fight.
Yeah.
In the episode, I think Thing fights him alone a little bit at the beginning.
Well, yeah. So, yeah, after Doom gives his like ultimatum to the world, he's like, now that that's out of the way, I have one other thing to attend to.
That's right. Yeah.
And after Reed and Sue leave immediately after Reed and Sue leave the apartment to go on their vacation, like immediately after,
according to plan.
Doom like smashes in, like blows a hole in the wall and like flies in to attack Ben. And it's like, it has been such a short amount of time. And I realize that they're working within like a 22-minute time constraint here. But the amount of time between when Reed and Sue leave the apartment and Doom comes crashing in. He's still
reading the zombie comic.
And Doom comes crashing in. They literally like wouldn't even have gotten to the elevator yet.
I never even thought about that. But he's still reading the comic now. Let's presume Ben is really
They were
dumb.
like right the amount of time, the very quick amount of time. They were right outside that front door and would have heard the.
They probably
they would have heard
at most
Doom come crashing.
Would have been outside in the street hailing a cab or something.
There's no way they like I said there wasn't even enough time for them to get to the elevator.
They closed the door.
And then Doom smashes in.
And then Doom smashed through. And they were like, la, vacation, sorry. Oh, my phone ran out of batteries. I mean, it's 94, so they didn't have
Sorry, Ben, not on the clock anymore.
Not on the clock. Help me, please. Oh, God, I'm dying. So anyway, dear. Oh God, my skin's burning. I don't even have skin and I feel it burning. Please help.
Someone.
Dear, I was thinking you slip into that sexy number we bought at the lingerie store and we put on we have to go back and help Ben. Why would we need to do that? We're on vacation. So they fight it out. It's throughout the city. It's clobbering time. He's got his quips. I'll give the dialogue props. Some good fucking dialogue in these episodes. In this episode, the Silver Surfer monologues, Doom actually comes across as very intelligent and has a benevolent image of like what, like, he doesn't just kill people, and we're going to come back to that later.
Well, and part of that too is Simon Templeman's voicing. He's a fucking great Doctor Doom.
Yeah, he is. There's some funny quips here and there. I can't remember the back and forth. They have fun with Ben, with Thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like he gets to be the dumb, funny guy that drops quicks, that drops quips, right? Yeah. Like, yeah.
Well, he does drop quick because he's no match for Doom with the power cosmic.
No,
he's no match for Cosmic Doom.
No. But he doesn't. What happens to him? He's just like, where are the others? Or I can't remember, but he essentially is like, why does he let him live? Or why does he? I can't remember. There's a lot of, and then they come back, and then they fight, and then they come back, and then they fight in the episode. But
I don't
think there's a lot going on up until the final conflict.
Some things I want to point out is there's a lot of cool cameos in this episode. Of Marvel characters. Also, like, we see in a lot of shots of like people like resisting Doom. We see She-Hulk fighting. We see Marvel's Hercules fighting. Johnny Storm's girlfriend in this episode is Crystal.
We see a montage of people trying to resist, like the resistance. We do see that. That was pretty cool.
Captain America is part of the resistance. Yeah, like I said, She-Hulk, Marvel's Hercules. Human Torch's girlfriend in the episode is Crystal from the Inhumans, which I thought was kind of cool. Because you don't really see the Inhumans in non-comics media very much.
Right. So I did like that. Yeah, that montage. So but what it is again, they only have 20 minutes for all of this. This kind of feels like the timing of this is funny. Kind of feels like this could be a movie.
Well, they've tried that 5 times now.
6 times the charm.
Actually, that latest Fantastic Four movie wasn't too bad.
I heard it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Kind of forgettable though. Like I really liked it when I first watched it, but now I don't remember very much about it at all, other than a weird like birthing scene in space.
It's cursed. Yeah.
Yeah. That was that MCU Fantastic Four movie. That was the 5th Fantastic Four movie now. There was Roger Corman's 1994 original that
they've been really trying to make that work, huh?
Never actually got released. In 2005, there was that Tim Story Fantastic Four movie.
Oh, right. There was a newer one, and it had like Pedro and right. I remember everyone talking about it, and then like a month later, nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, there were 2 of those Tim Story Fantastic Four movies in the 2000s. I really liked the cast of those movies.
There was. Yeah,
the second one had the Silver Surfer in it.
Yeah.
I liked the cast of those movies much more than the movies themselves. Like Mr. Fantastic was played by Ian Griffith, who I know as being the titular character in the BBC Horatio Hornblower TV movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a big fan of him. So I thought he was great as Reed Richards. Michael Chiklis from The Shield, another show I'm a fan of, was the Thing in those movies. Chris Evans,
that's right, yeah,
in a practical
and
suit that actually didn't look too bad.
Right.
Chris Evans, before he was Captain America, was Johnny Storm in those movies, and Jessica Alba.
Well, she was in everything back then, so
she was just a popular actor at the time.
Yeah,
not her fault. I just don't think she was really right for the role. But other than that, And what was his name? Julian McMahon. May he rest in peace, because he just died of cancer a couple of years ago.
Right.
He was Doctor Doom
Right.
in those movies. Those movies weren't great, but I mostly liked the cast of them. I think they were on to something there. And then there was that Fantastic Four Fant Four Stick that came out in 2015. That was like a dark and gritty reboot. That
Oh man, no one paid attention to that. That might have been
the movie bombed at the box office and is pretty reviled now.
like done even worse than like the 2000s
oh yeah,
Fantastic Four.
Well, and we've
Well, I
come
mean, that got a sequel, so
it got a sequel, yeah. And we're at a point now where people are like nostalgic for 2000s movies, even ones that they hated at the time.
right?
Like the Elektra movie. I've talked about this before, but it's like, where the fuck is the nostalgia for like
Those are bad.
the Elektra and Daredevil movie? And I'm so, what is with people like reevaluating them now? It's like, you fucking hated those movies 20 years ago.
Right?
The Ghost Rider movies are getting reassessed
Oh
now.
yeah.
And it's like no one liked those at the time either. Anyway, that's a different
Oh,
argument.
absolutely not.
Yeah, the 2015 Fantastic Four movie I thought had some interesting ideas, but it kind of whiffed them.
Mm-hmm.
It had the potential to be kind of an interesting like hard sci-fi take on the Fantastic Four, and it
Yeah.
there's
Maybe it was ahead of its time.
there's potential there, but and then that new Fantastic Four movie was decent but forgettable.
Hmm.
It kind of came and went.
That was really riding on the coattails of some of the actors and the height of the, not height, but the near the height of the comic book movie.
Oh God, no,
Love.
no. We're in a huge that movie came out at the like right smack in the decline of superhero movies.
Well, that's what I mean. And did it do successful or?
No, not really. I think it only did like 400 million like worldwide.
No. Yeah. So that was part of the decline of it. Yeah. But to get back to ye old Doomsday, what the montage is doing is showing that nobody can really stop Cosmic Doom.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of styling on everyone, showing that no, I'm immortal. You can't stop me, so get in line. And I like that they gave Reed 5 o'clock shadow.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
animated
laughed.
really
I laughed.
badly, but
I laughed. I laughed out loud. I'm like, this has been a couple of we jump ahead in the episode a few days, and now Reed just has like a harsh like 5 o'clock shadow.
yeah, it was like hair is messy, wearing pajamas.
Yeah.
Just be away because he's like racking his mind over thinking of ways that they can deal with him. And Ben keeps going like, why are we sitting around here doing nothing? Let's just go and clobber him. And it's like, oh, for God's sake, dude, like
The four of us with our powers combined couldn't take down Doom. What makes you think you going at it alone is going to do anything? So yeah, Ben and Reed get into an argument, and then Johnny like gets mad and leaves in a huff, and then Reed and Ben try and blame each other on that for that, which I thought was
there's
weird.
weird infighting that.
But then Johnny
show forgets
decides
about like 5 minutes later.
totally. So Johnny like gets mad and decides to go and attack Doom alone. But then Ben is just like, "No, kid, what are you doing? You can't take him by yourself." And it's like, you literally just wanted to do that yourself like 2 minutes ago.
No, but I wanted to do it. It's different when someone else does it.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, he makes again, we're not going to hold up like our toys and be like, and then Ben goes like this. Oh, it's clobbering time, and then it shoots the fire, and they fight, and it's kind of cool. He can heat up the surrounding terrain to like 1,000,000 degrees. I can't remember what the line was. And you know, like they fight, but then the others show up too, and so they seem to put in like a concerted effort to like try to fight them. But then um Reed says, hey team, like we need to stand down, and everyone's like, wait, what? And they go, we just can't beat him.
Yeah.
We have to surrender. I'm like the leader of the group, and I'm like a super scientist guy, and there's no point like in fighting him. So we're at your mercy. And then Doom is like, I can do now with you whatever I want. And Ben's like,
I'm
"Are
not
you
going
gonna
to kill
kill
you.
us?"
I'm not going to kill you. No, that would be too easy. Yes.
After all the pain you've put me through. No. I think a bit of well, fuck, what does Megatron say in the first episode?
A little torment, I think, first.
Little
Yes.
torment, I think, first. Yes. That's basically what goes on here.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you have to witness the world I will like create. And there's nothing you can do to stop me. That is your punishment. And he flies away, and he's like, all according to plan. And they're like,
Wait, what? And Reed's was like, oh, I noticed early on in the battle that Doom had plenty of opportunities to finish us off, and he didn't. So I played to his ego and surrendered, knowing that he wouldn't kill us.
And
so now I have time to come up with a plan to take him down.
Now I have time to come up with a plan. So they attack him again? Question mark. But this time they have a metal flying machine,
like a big, like flying, like bat looking thing,
like a batarang thing
that's apparently designed to. He tests a small version of it out on Ben. And he's like, oh, this wasn't designed to weaken you, even though that's exactly what it does to Ben. Oh, it was designed to make you angry. And I'm going to use a big one on Doom. And then he uses the big one on Doom, but Doom doesn't seem to get angry. He just chases the thing around because he's like, oh, what? He's like, Doom's like, your stupid little toy flew away. He's like, oh, what? A big and powerful entity like you with the power cosmic? You're just going to let that thing fly away?
You're going to let that thing that zapped you, didn't do anything, didn't stop you, didn't make you angry, and didn't temporarily take away your powers. You're just going to let it talk to you like that? And he's like, I'll deal with you when I come back. Get back here, bat zapping device.
Now that you mention it, I think I will destroy your little toy as a test of my power.
Okay, so I didn't miss anything. It's just...
Yeah. And so the thing...
I thought it was really funny. They got him off the board originally by having him chase Invisigirl.
Yeah.
And he slams into a rock that she turned invisible, and the board flies out from under his feet.
Oh.
And I'm like, wait, is that how you guys won? That's the most stupid. But no, they introduced the bat thing. And he's like, a little gift from Stark. And I'm like, so you guys didn't even do anything? You guys just got this from Iron Man?
So the weird like bat thing from Stark Industries, which he names flies away into space, and Doom, he like goads Doom into like chasing it. I thought the thing was supposed to make him angry, but it's like Reed just basically like mocked Doom until Doom was like, fine, I'll destroy your stupid little toy. Jeez. So the thing flies into space, and Doom chases after it and crashes through like an invisible shield that the board can't pass. Doom flies off into space. So it's like Doom
so the bat could fly through it.
The bat
Doom can fly through it, but the board could not.
The board could not because Galactus, they mention in dialogue, Galactus erected an invisible shield around Earth to keep the Silver Surfer contained.
They jump down, and Reed explains, while I was testing, I noticed this thing popped up like a few days, or rather, I detected it a few days ago, but I noticed that Doom was too busy and that he hadn't. So how long it's been here, whatever. And so we know that Galactus has put this here to trap the Silver Surfer on Earth. That's part of his.
And so his plan was to murder Doom, to force Doom to kill himself. Because without the power cosmic, Doom is just a guy in a suit Not even an airtight suit because he has eye holes, and
As which we, yeah,
so he just flies off into space. So you literally just like forced like Doom to inadvertently kill himself.
which is what I thought the good guys didn't do.
Didn't do. So anyway, and they're like, oh,
So
well,
the board magically, I don't know why it didn't before all the times he was knocked off it, but now the board returns to the Silver Surfer,
yeah.
breaks into the prison he was being held in, and he surfs out and then comes back to where the Fantastic Four are. And then
And everything
Reed
was
gives-
okay.
in a monologue, and then thing being the what's it called, the insert for the audience is like, wait, so you're telling me that barrier there is like what is MacGuffin the right term? They introduced that in the last like 50 seconds of the episode.
That's a Deus Ex Machina.
Thank you. Yes, it's a.
So, well, yeah, that's the episode.
Yeah.
Cal, you just caught a random episode of 1994's Fantastic Four, the final episode, as it were. Would you tune in again?
Here's the thing, my friends.
The ever-loving blue-eyed thing?
uh. We've complained about it on Too Much Energon. We've complained about similar throughout our career with the Blockbrothers show. When you have an idea and the way to get there, when you think of part B, but you haven't thought of A or C, how it's going to end and how it begins, and you work around that, it's like, okay, Doom needs to get the Silver Surfer board. And it's painfully obvious that was all that you cared about. And you have the Romani woman inviting you into tea thing to get in, which funny, but I don't think it was purposely supposed to be funny. And then
No,
you
I
have
don't think so.
Actually, there's a force field. And the bat thing that they just got from Iron Man. Here's the thing. Voice acting, of course, good.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Some of the dialogue, good.
Real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mentioned Simon Templeman as Doom.
You did, yeah.
Laurie Allen, voice of the boss, and also does a bunch of voices on Family Guy.
Yeah.
The boss in Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah.
Voices Invisible Woman. And Johnny Storm is voiced by Quentin Flynn, who voices Raiden in MGS2 and MGS4 and Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Oh, and also Crystal, weirdly enough, Johnny's girlfriend, Crystal from the Inhumans, is voiced by Kathy Ireland, which is fucking random-ass casting.
There's some...
Like she was a big name in the 90s,
Yeah.
so for her, for her to just be doing the voice of like a side character in this low budget Fantastic Four cartoon
just for like 5 seconds.
so strange to me. Anyway, just wanted to point that out.
For all of that, right? But for such like, holy shit, like they're bringing it for this last episode. And then to have the Deus Ex Machina be, and then he got angry and got knocked off of his board.
Yeah.
And the beginning setup is so insulting and convoluted. Like Reed, legit, we skimmed over it, but Reed sits there for 2 minutes explaining it to the audience at the end.
The plotting of this episode is very dumb.
Yeah.
This is a very dumbly written episode.
I don't think I'd tune in next week.
Yeah.
Unless every episode had like Silver Surfer. It's just kind of bad. Again, like removing the adult me and the, oh, look at all these like voice actors and the quality like of it therein. The plot was so like mind-numbingly like bad. Almost insultingly bad. Like, if you need to explain how you beat Doom at the end, and it kind of had nothing to do with you, I don't think that you're smart. Like, Reed is supposed to be like superhuman levels of genius,
Yeah. Him
right?
and
Like
Doom.
a rival to Doom.
Yeah.
And him being like, oh, we got him angry and he chased like the hobgoblin's hoverboard into space.
Yeah.
I think they could have done better. So I don't think I'd tune in next week to this if I just caught this one.
Right.
But I know it's maybe different for you because you've seen this episode many a times and you're nostalgic, but does that affect it at all? Or
No,
what do you think?
I'm gonna echo that. I did get a wave of nostalgia because, as I mentioned, I had this
Yeah.
episode on VHS as a kid. So when I was like 11, 12, I watched it a lot. So some memories came flooding back, and that was kind of fun. And some great. The voice cast is pretty good. Some notable voice actors that I really like, including like one of my favorite voice actors of all time as Doom. But I'm not going to be burdened by nostalgia here. This was a very badly written episode of television, even by kids show standards.
That's the thing. I can put up with a lot, right? Like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles of like, whoa, that sure was lucky, right? But like the beginning and end really
like Doom's like very like hinging on a series of like of coincidences to lure the
guy
Silver
that
Surfer.
doesn't believe in coincidences and wants to shape the future of mankind.
Yeah.
Chasing something into space, which could have obviously been a trap.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had Earth. He won. He had everything.
Ben, the characters being inconsistent, Ben being like, I'm going to go fight Doom, and Reed being like, no, you're an idiot if you do that. And then Johnny goes and fights Doom by himself, and then Ben immediately is like, no, kid, you can't fight him by yourself.
That's suicide.
And the way the episode, the weird like metal like bat thing that
Hobgoblin's hoverboard
that weakens Ben, but then he's like, no, you see, it made you angry. That's the point of it. It's not designed to weaken you. It's designed to make you angry. And then he uses a bigger version of it on Doom, and it doesn't seem to make him angry at all.
Reed just taunts him into going after what was that supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like he's like, it didn't take away my powers or anything. You just kind of...
And Reed just taunts him like a child, like basically just taunts him into like going after it. And
you could say the hubris for villains must always be themselves.
Yeah.
They like Pixar movies. The villain must destroy themselves.
And his plan, and then his like plan was to like make Doom like inadvertently like kill himself by throwing him into space and stripping him of the power cosmic. Like, this very, very, very badly written. Good voice cast. The music's nothing to write home about.
I said this too. We've got a little side podcast where we just talk freely. We're not really reviewing anything, and we rip on the intro song for this. It is incredibly unmemorable. Is the nicest thing to say about it.
Yeah. And I looked up the composer who did the music for this episode, and the first season the music was done by the legend Giorgio Moroder, which really surprised me. But the guy who did the music in the second season actually has like a number of like noteworthy like things on his resume. So I guess he was just having an off day when he did the music.
We all got to start somewhere. Or what did I say? It was like maybe he phoned this one in.
Yeah, maybe he Zoom called it in with a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got
it. So nostalgia aside, this actually kind of sucked.
It sucked bad. Yeah.
This show kind of sucks. And
Well, now we know why the movies are cursed.
it's because of this show.
Yeah, it's because of this show. It just doesn't work for some reason.
Yeah. Anyway, that was episode 160 of the Blockbrothers show. If you want to support us, go to patreon.com/lazorcomb, LAZORCOMB. Starting at the $5 tier, you get access to the Patreon exclusive podcast that Cal mentioned a moment ago, the Cal and Siege Super Show. And at the $10 tier, you get that, the occasional movie commentary track, which we spoke of a little bit earlier in this episode. And you get the ability to pick a show for us to review a random episode of on this very podcast. So if you want to get in on that, go to patreon.com/lasercomb. Join the Discord to interact with us. Link in the description of this and every episode, as always. Never expires. Click on it. Tap on it on your phone screen. We'll be back next week with the next installment of our Marvel action block, where we're going to be talking about the 1996 Incredible Hulk cartoon. Which I also used to watch back in the day.
This is the only one I used to watch.
Basically, if there was a comic book / superhero like cartoon in the 90s, 99%, there's like a 99.9% chance that I probably watched it.
You were a comic book nerd, not only before it was cool, but while it was extremely uncool.
I was just gonna say, I was a comic book nerd when it was decidedly not cool to be one.
Remember The Simpsons, everyone? Remember the fat guy called Comic Book Nerd?
Yeah.
That was made during a time when that wasn't cool.
Yeah.
And here we are. Now Comic Book Nerd is clearly the most beloved character on The Simpsons.
Clearly. We will be back, or I already said that. Yeah, next week with The Incredible Hulk. Now, to figure out what episode of The Incredible Hulk we're going to watch, going to hit screen share, like so. And I guess I should figure out how many episodes of The Incredible Hulk there were. Probably 26. I'm guessing it lasted 2 seasons. No, not the movie. Not that movie either. God damn it. Character Hulk. There we go. You're witnessing me fail at the internet in real time.
Quality.
I know. This is the best money can buy. Hulk and other media. Here we go. Animation, 1990s. The Incredible Hulk. Here we go.
Oh shit.
I was right about 2 seasons.
The season caps are purple and green. That's cute.
That's a fun little detail.
Colors.
Yeah. 21 episodes. So
21 episodes.
One random number between 1 and 21, and here we go. 15.
Oh.
Down Memory Lane. Second episode of season 2. She-Hulk's high school reunion tour reunion turns sour when not only does she start to get tired, but Gargoyle and the Abomination attack. All right. Cool.
High school reunion. She-Hulk. All right. Looks like we landed on an episode.
We did land on an episode. So we'll be back next time with that. And until then, I've been The Siege, one of your hosts.
And I'm NeoCal, your other host.
Thanks for listening. We will...
Not Fantastic Four you later.
We will hire a Romani woman to lure you away to steal your power cosmic next time.